What's up, guys? Welcome to the Arnell Agenda. I am your host, Lawrence Arnell. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that, okay? Listen, today I got a story I want to talk to y'all about. It is in honor of my recent trip to the South, or what was supposed to be a trip to the South. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was just as cold down there as it was up here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, it snowed while I was down there. It snowed up here in Philly while I was down there in Atlanta, but it was cold. It was cold. I feel deceived. Because I grew up reading books about the civil rights era and slavery and how hot it was down there. Did y'all do any of that in January? I'm just asking because I'm beginning to get the impression that y'all was not fighting quite as hard as y'all made it out to be. If y'all did any of this in January, because it's not as oppressive. That's not oppression. Okay? But I was in Atlanta, Georgia, which is technically still the South, even though I believe global warming is doing its part to handle that. But I got a story for y'all today out of Charlotte, North Carolina, which I'm guessing is still the South. I bet it wasn't 36 degrees in Charlotte over the weekend. There was a pizza delivery driver in Charlotte last night who was he was approached and robbed at gunpoint by 4 African-American males. Well, my man was not trying to hear none of that, okay? Pizza delivery driver in Charlotte, North Carolina last night shot 3 out of 4 armed robbery suspects trying to rob him while earning his living in peace, delivering his pizza in peace. My man shot 3 out of 4 of the suspects. The suspects rolled up on him while he was getting out of his vehicle, pointed what he believed to be a rifle at his head, and attempted to rob him. My man pulled out his thing and got the letting off and struck 3 out of 4 victims. Suspects. Struck them. Bang, bang, bang. One of them got away for a little while. There was 2 arrested pretty much at the scene. Third one arrested shortly after, and a 4th one arrested when he was dropped off by unknown people to be treated at a hospital for a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Yeah, you don't get to just rob everybody, bro. You don't just get to rob everybody. Pizza Man was not trying to hear that. Shot 3 out of 4 of his suspects. Listen, folks, all right, I am, and this probably will come as no surprise to any of y'all, I am a 100% supporter of being able to defend yourself out here. All right. I personally feel like you are doing yourself a disservice. If you are out here in the world doing deliveries, driving trucks, driving Lyft, driving Uber, I feel like you're doing yourself a bit of a disservice if you out here conducting that sort of business unarmed. The wolves is out. Period. Point blank. Listen, I'm telling you right now, there's a phenomenon going on in Philly where almost everybody that's getting shot. There got to be at least 50% of these shootings happening in my city taking place of people in their cars. Now, these may be people with enemies. They may be people that's in the game. But whatever the case, there's a lot of people in Philadelphia getting shot in cars. So if you out and about in your will and you ain't prepared for that, you're doing yourself a bit of a disservice. As a cop, I've seen way too many drivers, delivery people, Uber drivers, taxi drivers getting robbed, getting shot, getting killed, all because they were unable to defend themselves. I believe you're doing yourself a disservice. If you are legally allowed to, you should absolutely be carrying whatever you need to be, whatever you can, to even the playing field, to defend yourself. You out here trying to earn your living, you had every right, as far as I'm concerned, you should be prepared to defend your living. You should be prepared to come home with the money you went out there to earn, or with the life you used to earn it. That's just me. But I'm a firm believer in it. I take my gun to churches. Church's chicken, Chuck E. Cheese, to church. I don't go nowhere without my thing. 2 from work, 2 from the gym. You have not seen, if you have seen me at any point in the majority of the last 10 years, you have not seen me unarmed. It's very rare you see me unarmed, unless I am out of state somewhere and I was flying and decided I wasn't going to try to bring a weapon. If you saw me in Pennsylvania or the surrounding states, you saw me to and fro in my car, I was armed. That's the name of the game. I promise you. All right? But listen, man, I'm seeing more and more stories like this every day. Delivery drivers, people out here working, are defending themselves. Homeowners defending themselves against home invaders. Bad guys is getting got. Bad guys is absolutely getting got. There was a FedEx driver here in Philadelphia just a few weeks ago, shot an armed robber. Hey, now, I don't speak from inexperience. Y'all know me. I don't just run my mouth. I know what I'm talking about. I was a FedEx driver for 4 years. I was a soda man and a beer man for 6 years. I spent 10 years of my life out there in the street, on the road, delivering other people's goods, collecting other people's money, to and fro. I was very fortunate. All right. No one has ever approached me in an attempt to, the closest I've ever come to somebody attempting to rob me while I was on the street was actually a brother I knew. I was out West Philly delivering soda, collecting money. And there was a brother out there that I knew from the neighborhood I grew up in around North. And he actually told me, we were standing outside the place talking, kind of catching up because I hadn't seen him in a few years. And before I went in to get the money, he actually kind of gave me a bit of a heads up. He said, yo, actually called me Nucky because he knew me from before I was L. I was L. Before that, I was Nugget. Don't be in my comments going crazy. All right, because y'all know listen, all right, I'm okay with it. I'm here with it. My name was Nugget. Don't go nuts in my comments. All right, okay, all right. But he told me, he said, Nugget, look, man, my man on his way around here, just be easy and let him have what he looking for. Huh? What? He said, yeah, man, when you get around here, just go easy. He don't want nothing but the money. Leave it at that. Hey, bro, listen. You know, that's the closest I ever came. And I actually told him, I said, hey, man, listen, me and you, how long you known this dude you talking about? He said, I mean, you know, I know him. You know him? You know him as long as you know me? Well, no. Why don't you reevaluate this whole situation for yourself? Why don't you reevaluate how you about to let somebody you known all your life get robbed by somebody you only known for a little while? Which one of us you think is going to talk to the police faster when it all hit the fan? When I do have to call 911, because this ain't my money he taking. This is company money he taking, and I'm going to have to talk. Now, am I talking about him or am I talking about you? Which one of us do you think is going to talk to the police faster, me or him? The boy you known your whole life or the boy you about to make a couple $100 with? He pulled his man back. He hit his man up and let him know that it wasn't worth doing. That's the closest I ever came to getting robbed. And that was before I was even carrying a gun. But see, most companies don't want their drivers armed anyway. Man, listen, y'all need to be able to defend yourselves. I'm asking these armed robbers, these companies, to reevaluate your policies. I understand why you don't want your people robbed. Y'all a corporation. Everybody don't make the best decisions, but at the end of the day, it's your delivery driver's life. It's your employee's life. I think companies need to reevaluate their position on whether or not employees ought to be able to arm and defend themselves. I don't think it's a blanket thing. It's real out here. It's getting heavy. The wolves is out. Your people's lives are in danger. And y'all need to take that into consideration. Real rap. You got your drivers out here on the Pony Express. They're at the mercy of bandits, man. I mean, you gotta let them sling them pistols, man. FedEx driver in Philly a couple weeks ago was not having it. Was not having it. I hope to God that brother good to go. I have not heard any word about whether or not he lost his job. Like I said, I work for that company, and I know that's not something they approve of. But at the end of the day, that was his life on the line. It was your merchandise, it was your product, but that was his life on the line. I hope that brother got his gig or a better one. They got tractor trailer drivers that just hit the airport that go over the road a little bit, man. Get up. Maybe he need to be able to let him out the hood, let him live. You know. Listen, man. Y'all feel free to go loose in the comments, man. Get loose in the comments. Let me know how you feel about what's going on, man. These delivery drivers out here taking justice into their own hands. Give me all you got. I got these. Let me know what y'all think, man. And don't be, listen, let it die here. All right. Y'all know they used to call me Nugget. This is it. This is where it ends. Don't be in the street trying to, all right. Don't be coming to my desk with your report. Oh, Detective Nugget. Hey, go easy. All right. I love y'all, but know your place. Okay. All right. Listen, man, this has been the Arnell Agenda. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking with me, for all the support, to my new followers, new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for checking me out. We're going to do this again. My brother, Reef the Lost Cause, is coming to the studio. We're going to chop it up. We're going to follow up. It's an anniversary. We talked about a year ago before his album, The Majestic, came out. We're going to talk about that and everything else he's been getting into. He's one of the most beautiful human beings I know, one of my favorite people, and I can't wait to talk to him again. We're going to chop it up tomorrow. I had that for y'all this weekend. In the meantime, in between time, whatever you do good first, all right? I'll catch up with y'all.